Hey, it's Dr. Nuesse from EasyDOTphysicals.com, back again with another video. This is an update video on the potential 2023 legalization of marijuana. This is breaking news. This was just released. I'm going to be reading a statement from a former FDA, Federal Drug Administration regulator, and his opinion on if marijuana will be legalized in 2023. This has just come out. I will leave a link to the full article in the description box below. If you're not familiar exactly with what I'm talking about, there has been an ongoing review process to see if federally we can either deschedule or at least reschedule marijuana in the very near future. And we're talking about federal law. So we're talking about federally potentially legalizing marijuana. This has nothing to do with state law. I've done a full video on this and my opinion on if this will happen and the timeline and all of that. So if you're unfamiliar with this subject, please check out this video. But with this update here, I'm going to be reading a statement made and kind of a question and answer session done by an FDA regulator, a former FDA regulator, and his actual opinion on will marijuana be descheduled or rescheduled in the very near future. All right, so this article is from greenmarketreport.com. Again, the link is down in the description. It is called "Former FDA Regulator Predicts Cannabis Rescheduling This Year," and they're talking about 2023, by the end of 2023. All right, so let me read you some excerpts from this particular article, but again, feel free to go down in the description box below, click on the article, and read it for yourself. All right, so a longtime attorney at the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, Howard Sklamberg, was interviewed by greenmarketreport.com, and he believes that the result of this review process will be that the Biden administration will reschedule marijuana and its derivatives either this year by the end of 2023 or early 2024. And he says, quote, "certainly this calendar year." And he emphasizes that he has no insider knowledge of any timelines or anything like that because, again, he is a former FDA regulator, but that is his belief. And he says the latest, quote, "the latest will be the first quarter of next year because you want to get ahead, you want to get the things settled before you get into the political season." And, quote, "I don't think they would want this to be one of the things that are floating around a year from now," end quote. So he went on further to make comments on if he believes that cannabis marijuana would be completely descheduled, meaning taken off of the list of drugs by the FDA, or simply rescheduled from a federal one drug, which is the most restrictive category. And he said, again, quote, "I certainly understand that there is a strong preference to get cannabis descheduled, but there are historically not many areas of health policy that undergo very substantial change in one step. That's just not the way the world works, both in terms of Congress's capacity to pass legislation and the FDA's capacity to change things within their existing statutory framework because they have to follow the law." So again, this coincides very closely with my prediction, again, that I made in that previous video, that the FDA or the Biden administration will probably not go from it being a Schedule 1 substance, the most restrictive class of drugs, all the way to descheduling, meaning it comes off of the list of drugs. Most likely what's going to happen is it's going to be rescheduled somewhere in there. And again, I predicted that it would be rescheduled first to a Schedule 2 drug. What he is predicting is that it'll be rescheduled as well, but he doesn't really give a lot of insight of where he thinks it will be rescheduled. His hopes, based on his statements, is that it would be at least a Schedule 3 or a Schedule 4 drug. So that's it. That's the update for today. When more updates come down, I will be making making new videos, so please stay subscribed here. Make sure the notifications are turned on. And until next time, everybody, stay safe.